After a brutal stretch of 3 straight games against ranked opponents, this bye week comes at a perfect time for the Florida State football team. The Seminoles are 4-3 on the season and have 5 very winnable games to close out the year. With that in mind, here are 5 important things we believe Mike Norvell and his staff have to work on during this bye week. Number 5, creating more turnovers on defense. Just past the midway point of the 2022 season, FSU ranks number 69 nationally in turnover margin, and that's not because the Seminoles have been sloppy with the ball on offense. It's because the defense has only generated 8 turnovers in 7 games, 4 fumbles and 4 interceptions. 1 year ago, FSU racked up 14 interceptions. Right now, they're on pace for about 7. With an experienced secondary and some talented pass rushers up front, it's time for Adam Fuller's group to start making some game-changing plays. Number 4, finding better 4th down plays. Mike Norvell likes to go for it on 4th down, and that's not changing anytime soon. He wants his team to be aggressive, and he wants to be aggressive as a play caller. That's perfectly fine, but he needs to start calling better 4th down plays. After going 0 for 3 versus Clemson, FSU has converted on just 4 of 13 4th downs this season. That's one of the worst percentages in the country. The Seminoles converted on only 7 of 21 last season, which also was among the worst in the country. You have an athletic quarterback and some very talented playmakers. There has to be a way to scheme up some easier 4th down plays. Number 3, strengthening team unity. Veteran defensive end Derek McClendon said it best after FSU's loss to Clemson on Saturday. When asked what the team needs to focus on during the bye week, he said the biggest thing is coming closer as a team, not letting those 3 straight losses divide the players, but actually using that adversity to come closer together. If the Noles can do that, they should have a great chance of winning most, if not all, of these final 5 games. Number 2, recruiting. Despite the painful loss to Clemson, FSU enjoyed a successful recruiting weekend. The Seminoles hosted more than 100 prospects, including a few official visitors. Perhaps the most surprising visitor was 5-star running back Cedric Baxter Jr., who once was committed to Florida State, but now is committed to Texas. Baxter raved about his trip to Tallahassee and said he might be back again this fall. 5-star wide receiver commit Hakeem Williams also was on campus, as were a slew of other 4-star recruits. With no game this weekend, FSU's coaches will have much more time to get out on the road and check out prospects playing their high school games around the country. Be sure to check out Warchant.com this week to find out which recruits the coaches are going to see. There are now less than 2 months remaining until the early signing period. Number 1, get healthy. It has been an extremely tough year in the injury department for FSU, and several players have been fighting through injuries for weeks. The good news is the Seminoles likely will have star defensive tackle Fabian Lovett back in action after the bye week, and other key players, like left tackle Robert Scott and running back Trayshawn Ward, should be closer to full speed. Perhaps Florida State fans will even get their first look at wide receiver Winston Wright, who has been sidelined since a spring car accident left him with a leg injury. FSU will be back in action on Saturday, October 29th at noon against Georgia Tech, and if all goes well during the bye, the Seminoles should be healthier than they have been since the beginning of this season. For more of the best FSU football content in the industry, make sure to subscribe to Warchant TV by hitting the button below. It's absolutely free. And for more in-depth coverage on this topic and so much more, head over to Warchant.com. You can sign up now for just $10 for a year of exclusive content about your Florida State Seminoles. This is Warchant Managing Editor Ira Schoffel. Thank you for watching Warchant TV.